Hey everyone, welcome back to Roulette Fever. Today I'm back with another strategy where you won't have to sit out, which means we're gonna bet on the most of the rounds or maybe on each and every one of the rounds. So we won't be waiting for an empty spin here. And just because we are betting on the most of the rounds, we are gonna use that same progression that we used on our last video. For those of you who haven't seen that video yet, I'm going to put the link on the description and on the cards. Go ahead and watch that video. We found a unique way to bet on the colors and on each and every round. And that progression made the strategy really safe, okay, and effective also. Anyway, let's get back to today's strategy. And in this case, we are gonna bet on the basis of on a last number, okay? And this is not gonna be restricted only to the colors. And as I said, we are gonna bet on the bet with that same progression that we used on the last video, okay? So let's check it out. So as you can see, the last number was 10, okay, but it was black and it was from the low side and it was even too. But again, I'm saying we are going to bet on only on the basis of the last number. But as you can see, the last two numbers were black, the last two numbers were even, okay, but the last number, the 10, was only from the low side. So we are going to bet on the low, okay. We're going to start with $1, and we are not betting with even because the last two numbers were even, so we are going to bet on the basis of the last number only, okay. So let's spin. We are not going to follow any streak or anything like that, okay. So we have started with a win. Great. So in this case, as you can see, the a trend has begun, so we are not gonna keep on betting on the low number, okay. And the last few numbers have been black, so here we are gonna do an empty spin. But with this strategy, you won't be needing to sit out for most of the rounds, okay. You'll get your chances to bet on most of the rounds. So once again, we need to do another empty spin. But in most of the cases, you will see that you are getting your chances, okay. But for the time being, we're getting some difficult numbers. But anyway, let's see what happens now. Okay, this time it's 17, so it's an odd number, so we can go ahead and bet on odd right now, okay. Let's spin. Remember, we are not following a streak or anything like that. We are gonna we are gonna bet only on the basis of the last number, okay. So we have lost. So in this case, again, we are gonna follow the last number and we are not gonna follow any streak or anything like that, okay. So this is 18 red. So this time I'm gonna bet on red, okay, because the last number was red. But we could have easily gone ahead with even or with low numbers, okay. And because we are following that same slow negative progression, so we are going to keep our betting size to $1 for another bet. We are not going to increase our bet size just after a single loss. That's what we did in our last video. Anyway, let's spin. Okay, so we have another loss. So in this case, it's even, it's black, and it's low. Okay, so I'm going to bet on even now, but this time we're going to increase our bet size from $1 to $2. Okay, let's spin. Remember, we are betting only on the basis of the last number, not on the basis of a streak or anything like that. Okay. Okay, we have another loss. So in this case, we are gonna bet on odd, okay, but with $2. As I said, you won't be needed to sit out in most of the rounds, okay, but sometimes you will have to sit out. Okay, now remember in which step of the which progression you are in. So now from $2, we are gonna move up to $4. This is the same progression that we used on our last video, okay. So this time we are seeing that it's high number, it's even, and it's black, okay. So I'm gonna bet on high numbers. It will completely depend on you where you want to bet on the basis of the last number. As I explained it to you, that you could have bet on 3 different zones. I have chosen to bet on the high numbers. Remember, we are on the first step of the $4 progression, okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, we are having some tough luck, but anyway, not to worry, because we are using a slow negative progression, so we are still in the game. We are not following any one step, two step, or three step, or any aggressive progression or anything like martingale. Okay, so now the last number was red, odd, and low. So I'm gonna go with low. Okay, and we're gonna bet with $4. Let's see if we can get a win this time or not. While you play with this progression, you can be confident, because you are getting so many chances. Okay, and as most of you saw in the last video, that you didn't need to use the entire digression, so you don't need to worry, because just because you are using this slow negative progression, that you will have to mandatorily follow the slow gradual digression. You don't need to do that. In some cases, you could easily come back down to the base bet after getting back to the session positives, right? So from $4, you're gonna move up to $6. But in this case, as you can see, the last number was black, and it's high and it's even. So I'm gonna go with even, and with $6. It's been choppy, as you can see, on the last few rounds, and we have had a choppy start of this video. Okay, finally a win. Great. So as we were doing in the progression and regression, we're going to come back down to $4, but on the second step of the $4 regression, and in this case, the last number is red, low, and even. So I'm gonna go with low. Okay, I'm gonna go with low, and let's spin. Okay, it's another win. Great. When you are gonna get wins, you will see that you are getting them on a consecutive basis. Just the way we were having losses. Now we are gonna come back down to the first step of the $4 regression. So the last number was 10. So low, even, and black. So I'm gonna go with even. Okay, with $4. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's another win. Great. So now we are back to the $2 regression. Okay, again the last number was red this time, and low and even. I'm gonna go with low once again, and with $2. Decide it according to your wishes, through which kind of zones you want to bet on, through with which kind of bets you want to place. Because as you can see, again we have won. So the last number is black, odd, and obviously low. So you can bet on any of these three zones. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna bet on odd. Okay, with $2. Remember, we are following the gradual regression here, but we are in positive, so you could easily bet with $1 in this case. So yeah, let's spin. Okay, we have another win. Great. So we are already up by 5. Now we are back to $1. But remember, on the second step of the $1 regression, okay? Always keep that in mind. Okay, the last number was odd, red, and high. I'm gonna go with high with $1. By this kind of betting, you are also shuffling, continuously. So you can understand. Anyway, we have lost. So we are gonna, in this case, we are gonna move up to $2. And the last number was red, odd, and low. So I'm gonna go with low. I didn't go with the other two because 20 was coming under the same kind of zones, because it was high, it was odd, and it was red. And the only difference between those 21 and 9 was that 9 was low and 21 was high. So I went with low, because we are betting on the basis of the last number, not based on the basis of the trend or streak. Okay, so we have won. So we are going to be back on $1. We're going to be back to $1. In this case, it's low, even, and red. I'm going to go with even and with $1. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's a loss. So we're going to be again moving up to $2. In this case, it's high, odd, and black. I'm going to go with odd. You can decide it according to your comfort. Okay, you're gonna have three choices on each and every bit, something like that. So you can decide it according to your wish list. Anyway, so now we have lost. So again, we are gonna be moving to the second step of $2 progression. This is low, even, and black. I'm gonna go with black, okay, with $2. Let's see if we can get a win or not. Even if we don't, which we do, which we don't, this progression is gonna give you, you know, comfort zone. So there is nothing to worry about. But anyway, we are gonna move from $2 to $4. And this case, in this time, it's red, high, and odd. I'm gonna go with high with $4. It's a win. Great. You're gonna be back to $2. In this case, it's high red, but the only difference from 27 is it's even. So we are gonna go with even. Okay, we are betting on the basis of the last number. So the last bet was with $4. So this time we are going to be coming back down to $2 because I think we are on the first step of the $4 progression. So we are back down to $2. Okay, let's spin. I hope you understand how I'm playing this strategy. Okay, great. It's another win. We had a choppy start, but ever since then it's been going okay. I know you are progressing slowly, but nonetheless we are progressing. Okay, great. So the last number was 2, black. So it's low, even, and black. I'm going to go with low with $2, the first step of $2. Those of you who can't understand this progression, please go and watch that last video on my channel. Okay, you'll get a better understanding of this progression. Anyway, so we are going to be moving back to, I think, second step or first step. I think we were on the first step of $2. So we are going to be moving up to second step of $2 progression. In this case, it's red, high, and even. I'm going to choose even, okay, with $2. Let's see what happens. I could choose something else because although we have won, I could choose something else, because 2 was also even. 2 was also even. So I could have chosen high, because we are looking for differences and we are betting only on the basis of the last number. So that's how I could have chosen something else. But anyway, so we have won, so I'll take that. Anyway, so we are going to be moving back down to first step of $2 progression, in this case regression, and it's high, it's red, it's even. The last two numbers have been from the same category, so we are going to do an empty spin. So in this kind of situations, we are going to do an empty spin, okay, where the last 2 or 3 numbers are coming from the same categories, from the 3 zones. Okay, this time we have low, black, and even. So this time we are gonna be betting with low, okay, and I think the last bet was $2, so we are gonna go with $2. Not a problem. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's a loss, so you're going to be moving up one step, but we're going to keep on betting with $2 for another round. It's high, odd, black, so I'm going to choose odd. Okay, let's spin. Okay, it's a win. Great. Okay, as you can see, the last 2 numbers have been high, black, and odd, so we need to do an empty spin. Okay, so now I hope you can understand what are the criteria that I'm following while choosing a bet. Okay, so in this case, we are going to be moving back down to the first step of $2. In this case, it's low, black, and even. I'm going to choose low. Okay. Okay, it's a win. Great. Now, as you can see, the last 2 numbers have been low, but it's a odd number. Okay, the last number, and it's red too. So we can go with red or odd, but we can't go with low because the last two numbers have been low. So, and we're betting only on the basis of the last number. Okay. And if the last two numbers come from the same category of any zones, we are just ignoring them. So we are going to ignore the low part here, and I'm going to choose let's say odd. I'm going to choose odd. Okay, and we're going to be betting with $1 this time. Let's see what happens. Okay, wait, it's a win. Great. So the next time we're going to choose it's odd, high, and red, and I'm going to choose high. Okay, it's loss. So in this case, it's low, odd, and red. I'm gonna choose odd. I think I should have increased my bet. I think, but it's fine. It's fine. I should have increased it. But anyway, it's again low, odd, and red. We are gonna do an empty spin. Okay. Okay, it's low, odd, and black. We're gonna go with black because that's the only parameter that isn't common between the last three numbers in this case. Okay, so I'm gonna go with black. We're looking for uncommon stuffs. Okay, it's a win. Great, it's been working really fine. I know you guys would have felt more excited, maybe some of you, maybe if I would have started with $10 or $100, but it's fine and it's the same thing. Okay, go ahead and try it out with $100 if you want to on the real game. This is a simulator. There is no point in increasing my base unit stats. It's gonna remain same. Okay, the last number was even, black, and low. I'm gonna choose in this case even. Okay, with $1. Let's see. Again, we are betting only on the basis of the last number, and we are not taking a streak or a trend into consideration. Remember that. Okay, it's a loss. It's high, red, and odd. I'm gonna go with high, but with same $1 because we are not increasing our bet size just after a single loss according to our progression. Okay, it's another loss, so we are gonna increase from 1 to 2. In this case, it's odd, low, and red. I'm gonna go with odd. I think I shouldn't have gone with odd, I shouldn't have, because the last two numbers both are odds. I shouldn't have. I could have. Anyway, I shouldn't have gone with odd, but it's fine. It's low, black, and even. I'm gonna go with black with $2. I know sometimes it can be confusing, but the more you practice, the more comfortable you will become with this strategy. Okay, it's a win. It's high, odd, and black. I'm gonna go with odd, $2. It's a win. Great. We're going to be back to $1, but as you can see, the last two numbers have been the same numbers literally. We need to do an empty spin. Always remember in which step of the progression and regression you are in, otherwise it may get a bit confusing. And you can always be flexible. Okay, you don't need to follow the gradual regression if you're comfortable with your current session stats. Always remember that you can always come back down to the base bet. Play it safe. Okay, don't be rigid, be flexible. Okay, the last number was 16. It's red, low, and even. I'm gonna go with low with $1. Okay, it's a loss. We're gonna increase our bet size from 1 to 2 because we were on the second step of the $1 progression or degradation, in this case, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so we're gonna bet on odd this time with $2. Let's see what happens. It's another loss. Okay, so we're gonna remain on the $2, but we're gonna move to the second step. And this is low, this is even, this is red. I'm gonna bet on low. Let me bet on even. I feel like Anyway, I can be wrong. Let's see what happens. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna move to $4 now, and this is low, this is odd, this is black. I'm gonna go with black. Okay, and $4. Let's see. Okay, it's a win. So we're gonna come back down to $2. In this case, as you can see, the last two numbers were from the two same categories. It's black and it's odd. So the only difference is between them is high and low. So we're gonna go with high this time because that's the only zone which fits according to our criteria. You know, $2. Let's see. With high, we win. Great. So we're gonna come back down to the first step, but we're gonna remain with $2. And this time it's odd. It's high. The only difference between the last two numbers is the color. So we're gonna go with red with $2. Now I hope you can understand, maybe for some of you it was a bit complex, but now I hope it's easy to understand. Okay, it's another win, so we're gonna come back down to $1. But on the second step of $1, in this case, both of the last numbers are red, odd, and high. So we're gonna do an empty spin. Okay, it's black, high, and even. I'm gonna go with black. Okay, with $1. Let's see if we can get another terrible double. That trick is also going on, in another way. But let's see. We have lost. Okay, so we're gonna move up to $2. In this case, it's low and red and even. I'm gonna go with uh, even. Okay, with $2. Let's see. Okay, it's a win. Great. Okay, it's low, black, and even. I'm gonna go with black. No, I'm gonna go with low. You can be spontaneous about it. You will have three choices most of the times, but sometimes you will have only one choice. But it's fine. You're gonna lose sometimes, you're gonna win sometimes, it's fine. Okay. So I think we were on the second step of $1, so we're gonna increase our bet size to $2. Okay. As I said on the last video, I'm talking to you at the same time while I'm playing. So sometimes maybe the progression can get a bit messy, in my head. But anyway, you can understand the progression. That's all it matters. But anyway, the last number was 34. It's high, even, and red. I'm gonna go with high. Yeah, I'm gonna go with high because the last four numbers, all of them were even. So I'm gonna go with high. Okay. Because we are looking for the last number only. It has to be uncommon. So in this case, $2 with high. We are not betting against the trend or anything like that. We are just betting on the basis of the last number. Okay, it's a loss. So it's the last number is red, odd, and low. I'm gonna go with odd with $2. Remember, we are on the second step of $2 progression. It's odd. We have won. Yes. So we're gonna remain on $2. Last number was black, odd, and low. And as you can see, the only difference between the last two numbers is their color. So we're gonna move to black with $2. We are betting on the basis of the last number only. We have lost. Okay, it's odd, black, and low, and the only difference is their color. So we're gonna bet with $2 on the color. Okay, should have I increased my bet size? Sometimes it gets confusing. But anyway, now we are gonna increase to $4. It's high, even, and black. I'm gonna go with even. Okay, with $4. Okay, it's the win. 24, 26, same from the all the same categories, you know. All of the three categories are same. So we're gonna do an empty spin. We're targeting 20, remember that. I forgot to say that, you know. But anyway, now you can see red, even, and low. I'm gonna go with low with $2. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's another loss. So we are going to increase our bet size to $4 this time. It's odd, red, and high. I'm going to go with odd. We win. We're going to decrease our bet size to $2, but remember we'll be on the second step of the $2 progression or degradation in this case. It's odd, it's red, the last two numbers, but the last number was low. So we are going to bet on low. Okay. We missed it by an inch. Not on the wheel, but on the board. Anyway, we're going to be moving up to $4. It's high, it's odd, it's red. In this case, we're going to be betting on high. Okay, another loss. Great. So we're going to be moving to the second step of the $4 progression. In this case, it's low, it's even, it's black. I'm going to go with even. Okay. It's a win. We're going to remain on the $4. We're coming down one step, but we're remaining on the $4. Remember that progression and degradation. Okay. Now the last two numbers were the same, so we're going to do an empty spin. We need an an exceptional feature in the number from the previous number so that we can bet. This time it's red, it's even, it's high. I'm gonna go with high with $4. Yes, I think we were on the first step of the $4 progression or second step. I forgot. Okay, let's go with $4. Not a problem. Okay, great. It's a win. Now we're going to be moving back down to $2, and if we get a win, we are going to be reaching our target. High, black, and even. So the only difference between the last two numbers is their color. So we're going to bet on black. Okay, it's $2. I've given you numerous examples of how I'm choosing my bets. Okay, we're going to be moving up to $4 now. It's low, red, and odd. I'm going to be choosing odd. Let's see if we can get a win. Or okay, this video is not gonna get dragged any further, thankfully. But anyway, this was the strategy, guys. We have reached our target. I hope you find this strategy really unique and effective too. Give it a try on demo, okay? Then let me know how it works for you. Your feedbacks are always appreciated, you know. I'm trying it out, but you can have a different experience and each and everyone should know about it. Let me know how it works for you, and okay, if you want to make any modifications into it, let me know about it. And thanks for watching, guys. Keep on supporting. I'm gonna see you on the next video.